All right.
Your mother's dying wish was for me to take care of you boys. And I promised her that, and that's what I plan to do.
Where's Africa?
Hold on, mama. Let me get the door. Yo, who is it?
It's me.
It's me.
Hey, yo.
Ain't got a moment. When they see you down, there's no they love it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bounce Back Podcast. I'm your host, B. Luke. I got quite the assortment of guests right here, probably the most people I think I've had on here at one time. So why don't you tell the people your name, where you're from, and a little bit about yourself and what you got going on and why you're here today.
I go by the name of Five. Some call me Louisiana Five. I'm from Louisiana. I'm the film director of the movie Calvin. Got one of the dopest movies dropping this summer. This is the crew right here.
Salute to the crew. Salute to the crew. So what about you? Why don't you tell the people your name, a little bit about yourself, and like what's your role with Calvin?
My name's Lato, and I am Calvin in the film. One of the main characters. Character's very like subtle, quiet. Everything's happening around me in the movie. When you watch it, you'll see what's going on. Outside of that, I do music. You know, shout out Five for getting me into acting. So
Appreciate it.
yeah.
And now, and where are you from as well?
I'm from Boston, Mass.
My viewers out here might recognize my man Siraj, aka Scrooge. Man, why don't you tell the people, you know, for the people who don't know, your name, a little bit about yourself, and what your role in the movie is?
Yeah, man, I'm Scrooge, man. You know, I'm a jack of all trades, man. I'm a connector, you know, I'm a creator. You know, I went to Emerson, graduated, got some plugs up there.
Congrats.
And thank you, man, appreciate it. And I was here before, I was a guest before. That street stuff, man, it ain't what it was supposed to be, man. I see everybody, they looking at that OTF, Lil Durk situation right now, and I guess one of his homies was wearing the wire on him and all of that, so just look at that, man. There's people doing that. This cat got millions, put him on, gave him bread, put him in a great situation. That motherfucker couldn't hold no water. I just came home, was getting some things started, graduated, and just through the journeys, I subsequently met my guy Five at Tufts University, the dude D1. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him, but he's a professor. He be rapping, and he used to throw these open mic nights. So a couple of the fellas, you know, they was attending that. I said, all right, let me shoot up there. Went up there, did something. Same night he did something. After we was freestyling, all type of stuff, exchanged information. A couple months later, he wanted me to be in a video. I couldn't make the video. So then a few months after that, he had another project he was working on, like a short film to an EP he had with a producer out of the Being named Vinyl Villain. He does a lot of work. So he wanted me to be an extra in it. I was like, all right, cool, man. I'm a show because I couldn't make the last one. Ended up becoming one of the main characters in the short. Then that set it off from there, man. We've been working, and now we got this, and you know, later down the line we got something else. So, you know, we'll tell you the good news after that.
Absolutely. So, who else do we have with us, and what's the roles? Is everybody in the movie? Do we got people that behind the scenes doing stuff? I guess, you know.
Everybody here in the movie, for sure.
Okay.
Scrooge play Africa. I don't want to give up his character, but he play Africa. I don't want to give up too much about it. But we got Vinny Mucho.
Word, I'm Vinny Mucho. I play Shad in the movie. I'm like a family friend, best friend to Calvin in the film. What an experience. This is all like pretty cool.
I'm Mike in the film. Kind of like my role in life. It's a guy that comes through right when you need him to come through. Keep it short and sweet.
Hello, so I'm Reesa, right? I'm an author and poet from Boston. Similar, me and Five met along the way. I want to say like 2 years ago, just happened to be at the same open mic. He was doing music, I was doing poetry. We started following each other on Instagram. He did not know my backstory, didn't know anything about me before the film. I was honestly just looking to get involved in it because movies and script writing and stuff was like my next thing. And then he asked me how I feel about being one of the main characters.
Okay.
So I'm very grateful. This has been like an amazing experience, amazing like alignment. Like the whole time, I just kept saying he couldn't have picked a better cast. And like the chemistry, everything has been aligned. So it's been really dope.
Okay, so Five, why don't you talk about like what was the inspiration behind the movie? Why a movie? You a big movie fan? I guess talk about like how this all came to be?
So to be honest with you, the movie Calvin came from a song I did previously from my last EP with Vinyl Villain, a song called Thuggin', and it talks about what the movie talks about. So I was at work one day and I was just thinking like, how could I make this song bigger than it is? Because everybody like it. It's a lot of storytelling. So I just began to write a little script, you know, day by day, and it started getting kind of interesting. I was like, okay, I might got something. And you know, I seen all of these artists plus a few more. We got a few more that's not here today from afar, and they were doing their thing. So I kind of started, they don't know, I started writing the characters around them. So I was like, besides Flash, because I met Flash like the day before, but everybody else, everybody else, I wrote like the script around them, like Dae Heat, his character I wrote around Dae Heat. Reesa's character I wrote around Reesa. And for Scrooge character, Africa, I wrote around Scrooge, you know. And shout out Navi, he's not here either, but I wrote his character around him. So just to kind of give them a better feel of who the character is, but I try to kind of make it like who they are in real life. But yeah, it just came from a song I wrote, man, and I just wanted to expand on the sound a little bit more. And it got a powerful short film, man. I hope everybody like.
Absolutely. So what did you even know about what it takes to make a film, right? Going into this, talk about like the learning.
Nothing, man, nothing at all. Trial and error, man. I'm a big movie fan. I've been liking movies since I was a kid. To be honest, before I got into rap, I wanted to be a film director, but I never had the chance to get in it. So I just felt like this time was the perfect time to give it a chance. I'm way older now, you know what I'm saying? I've done music for years and years, and I was like, let me try something else. You know, I just went to YouTube, you know, trial and error, looking at how all the people on the come up, watching a lot of Tubi movies, do's and don'ts, you know, and just going by that. But, you know, it was a lot of trial and error, a lot of figuring out on the spot, you know, so we made it do what it do, you know, and then we didn't have any funding. All the money came from out of our pocket, so, you know, we did what we could do. I think we got something dope. We got a dope cast, got a dope videographer, dope editor, and I think it's gonna be something people gonna like.
Absolutely. So
dope soundtrack.
So dope soundtrack too. I can imagine that artists and everything like that. So how long did it take from the process of first starting writing the script to you know finalizing things and where we're at now? Okay. How long did that take?
So to be honest, I started writing the script like November, and then I did like the casting call in January. We started probably filming like late January, and we just finished filming like a month ago. So it took about like six or 7 months to put everything together and piece it together, you know, because we had snow one day, then we had rain, and then we had hot one day, so we had to kind of go with our move on, you know, each time something happened, so yeah.
So when you first started filming, like, what are some things that you learned that you might not expect? Like, how many times do you got to shoot a certain scene? You got to shoot it like 100 times or many, many times and different angles? I guess talk about like the logistics about that, like how that works and you know, how you learn that along the way.
Trial and error, for sure. I should have did way more rehearsal. We didn't do no rehearsal, so when y'all see the movie, every scene we did right there off the back, you know, it was their first time. You know, we did it a couple times, ran it a couple times, but we didn't have any rehearsal. People learning their script was crazy because they only had like a week or two to learn a whole script, and they got it down packed. They made it their own. But yeah, just different things like with the sound, like outside, like a lot of noise. And then trying to shoot a shot outside, you might have somebody outside running, playing, and being loud. And you got to try to figure out, okay, we got to do, even though the shot was good, we got to do it again because it's outside noise. So just different things of that nature. And even with lighting and different angles, but I would say for the most part, it'll probably be the sound. Just having like the mics on and where to put the mic on, and you brushing against each other, the clothes brushing against the microphone. So you have like the feedback sometimes. So.
Absolutely. Any like, what are some of the obstacles that you ran into while filming or editing or whatever? Any obstacles, and like, how did you address that, and what happens with that? What's been like what was the biggest obstacle?
So I think the biggest obstacle is probably the weather, because we did a lot of scenes outside. So like I think it was like the the second to last shot, we was like snowing. It was a blizzard. It was like that time that we had that big blizzard, and we was outside filming.
We got a lot of snow.
We got a lot. So and the camera, Danny, he's not here, so he's over all the cinematography. He was like, man, I can't get my camera wet, so we had the umbrellas. We had like 2 or 3 umbrellas over the camera, making sure his camera didn't get damaged, and then just trying to deal with the snow sliding and being wet and cold and 30-degree weather, and we still trying to get the scene correct. So,
any like surprises along the way? What was like the biggest surprise as far as or something that you didn't expect that comes with shooting a film? Like anything that you might not have expected that came as a surprise?
I would say the weather. I would say my point of view of doing things. Sometimes I'm like overzealous with stuff, and I'll be like, I can keep going, and I forget other people get tired.
People gotta eat and stuff.
20-hour shoots.
Yeah. So it's like long shoots. And everybody like, okay, Five, we shot this a couple times, man. We ready to eat something, or it's time to go. So that part about just not thinking about myself and how I wanted the film to be, but thinking about others, and everybody else got their own life.
So you said you started writing the characters based on the people you already know, but you said Calvin was kind of late. Like, how did that character come to be, and then how did the casting choice go as far as selecting your main character?
So Calvin was when I made the song, Calvin was like the center of the song. So I already had that character down pat, and then I had the brother. So once I started writing, I was like, I got this person in mind. It'll be dope to do this, and I just made like an audition call, and everybody that came to audition got a part. I even if I didn't have a character that time, I made a character because I liked the dedication to people that they were intrigued to come, make my vision come to life. It's all good. So the audition, when everybody came, everybody got a part. And everybody did something other than just act. We like Calvin, might have had hold the umbrella. He might have did some lighting. Reesa maybe had, shout out to Reesa, because for one of the scenes, she let our house out to us to do a scene, and when the Airbnb fell through on the second time, so it was just stuff like that. Vinny Mucho coming through with the soundtrack, one of the best scenes, probably my favorite scene, and she let us, use her soundtrack for that particular scene. Scrooge finding Mike Jones in the clutch, putting together a lot of stuff on the back end. Just everybody played an intricate role to the whole movie. It wasn't just we're gonna go in here and act today and that's it. People were holding umbrellas, maybe going over scenes with one another, just stuff like that.
Okay. So as far as landing the role, how did you find out about the role, and what was like the process for you from your point of view, how it went down to you auditioning? What was that like? Do you have history acting, or talk a little bit about that?
So I had just met Five, literally I went to one of his music video shoots and we connected from there, and I seen that he was shooting a film called Calvin. And automatically I'm like, I want to be Calvin. So I'm just like, he said he had a few people that was supposed to do the role or whatever. I showed up, I got the role. My first main role, I've done like extras, like being like behind, like in the background and stuff like that, but I haven't had like a talking scene till Five put me on. So just reading the character and everything, it just like, it kind of fit like who I was, just that quiet person, what I'm saying? I was playing a younger person, so I had to like tap into my younger self, what I'm saying? So that's what gave me like the inspiration, and my older brother in the film, Dae Heat, who plays Malik, I never had a big brother, so it was like that kind of gave me inspiration to act as like a younger brother and like having that big brother, what I'm saying? So
So what's been your favorite part about acting and everything that comes along with the film? What's your favorite part about this?
My favorite part it's just seeing like everything like come together, you know, and just like watching everyone else do their part, you know, that gives me motivation, and just seeing everything come together, you know, and how everyone did their best in, you know, making the movie great.
Absolutely. Five, what about you? What's been your favorite part of this this whole experience?
Man, seeing something I wrote on a piece of paper, passing time, come to life, man. You know, seeing so many people that's like really into it, like something I thought of in my mind, you know, just being like, I want to be a part of it. So it just got me excited, man. It's, you know, it's a good feeling, man. You feel like you got a spot in this world, something important. So that was my favorite part, just seeing just the camaraderie of people, man. You know, I'm from a place in Louisiana, you know, sometimes everybody don't connect. You might be from this side of town, that side of town. But with this, me not being from Boston, I wanted to find a way I could connect everybody. Right. And everybody from different parts of Boston, different parts of New England. And I thought it'd be a dope way to showcase not just the acting skill, but also the music as well, and what they're good at. So I'm just happy to be a part of their journey, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. What about you, Scrooge? What's been your favorite part about all this, man?
Shit. I mean, like you said, man, the camaraderie, right? Yeah. Like you heard the story. Brothers were getting in the room who didn't previously know each other, right? But then we walked away feeling like brothers for real, right? Like through the rainy and sleet and the hail and the snow and, you know what I mean, the long nights, and sometimes creating stuff on the fly and calling audibles and stuff. And it was just dope, right? To see something from its inception to its finish. And you're like, yo, how we gonna finish this, right? And then you see the final product, and you know, y'all are gonna see that very soon. It is dope. So my favorite part was just the cohesiveness and how the part that we just came together as a team, and we're really a team, and we're just gonna keep creating. So that's my favorite part.
That's fine. What about the toughest part? What was the toughest part for you that you could recall?
The elements, man.
Having to deal with the New England weather.
Listen, man. There's times it was 20 degrees out there. It reflects in some of the scenes, right? But we had to show up and show you. I'm like, I got a line, man. It's in a trailer, cold house, cold cash, cold weather, man. I was freezing. We 5 called. We got the director called. We got to pull up, right? So and that's the thing, like. I think we got kicked out of a couple places where we were trying to shoot. And once again, we had to call the audible. But everybody on the team, right, like wore many hats, right? So everybody showed up. It wasn't nobody had an ego, right? Everybody was for the team, 100%. So the most difficult part, I would say, would be the weather.
Okay. So Five, what happened with we're getting kicked out of certain spots? Was that just like a city thing? Where you were supposed to pull permits for certain stuff? Or like, what about the technical stuff? Like, what did you learn?
Guerrilla.
We didn't pull no permits. We was bogarting everything. Okay. We was getting in when we fit in.
So what happened as far as like you got kicked out of somewhere? Was it a cop show up or something, or how did that go down? Yeah,
we had one scene. It's a scene when Dae Heat gets pulled over. It's like a fill-in station for the 18-wheelers, but it's a dope. It's like the aesthetic is dope. So I wanted to catch that. So we recorded the scene like a few times. Then this dude got on the bullhorn and like some crazy, like blew up the spot type thing. But we continued to shoot even after that. But I think that was like the only one place.
There was a time where we had the fake blicks, right?
Okay.
And we were shooting a scene for my character. And we were doing a car scene for Africa. And I had the fake blick, but like some people were walking by and they like seen the gun. So they're like, like, nah, this is a fake. Right. So it was all of that, just challenging of having to get out there in the street and really do it. But we overcame that, and the product is dope, and y'all gonna love it when it comes out.
So what about experience as far as being on camera? Like you say you do music, right? You guys ever did music videos before? And like, what's the difference? I'm sure the timing is different between the 3 or 4 minute music video and this, but what are some things that I guess could carry over from having that experience, and what's like the biggest difference from doing that, or if that's something that you have never?
I'll say the difference is that you're working with other people, right, in a movie. So it's like you got to be on cue to know what to say next, and opposed to like doing the music videos, like everything's all you know what I'm saying? It can go however you want it to go. But when it's like Five directing it, it's like we gotta like do it a certain way, or he wanted it a certain way, you know what I'm saying? It's different when someone else is directing it than when it's your own.
Okay, absolutely. And Scrooge, if you could actually pass the mic over to, just so we could get the audio. I'll be able to get the other stuff from before. I'll just mess with the audio on the post. But yeah. So what about for you?
So me, I do some cinematography and direct most of my own music videos. I'd say there are a lot of similarities as far as the emotion, because I shoot for kind of that aesthetic, telling the story and stepping out of like, not necessarily who I am, but just, maybe dramatizing it a bit. So I say that part is similar, but having someone else guide you and direct you, it's just really tapping into their vision, like really trying to make their vision come to life. It's a challenge. I would say it's definitely a bit more challenging, but all the more like satisfying.
Okay. So Five, as far as your role, you got like a leadership role in this, right? Is this something you're familiar with? You ever have any leadership roles in anything else, like in life, at work, at home, and maybe a father? I don't know. Talk about like the the leadership role and how your experience with that has been, and maybe some things that transferred over from past experiences as far as you being a leader, or was this like your first time ever in that kind of role?
So yes and no. Yes, because I'm the oldest of 5 other siblings. I'm a father, so I got that leadership role as well. When I first started off music, I didn't know how to rap. My best friend, he was a rapper, so I used to do like the producing, the promoting. So I would like kind of set up like the marketing and everything, or how we pack, because at that time it wasn't no streaming. It was just passing out CDs, trunks of cars and stuff like that. So I would do that part of it. And it's similar in that way. And then I would say no too, because it's my first time, having, superstars, because they are superstars in my eyes. And as trying to make sure I don't overstep with certain stuff, and make sure that everything comes together. So it was none of them had any egos, but it was just me just want to make sure I do everything the right way and come off the right way when I do stuff. So that was new to me, and then just trying to explain what's in my head to them. Gotcha. Sometimes when you put stuff on paper, even though it's on paper, you really still can't understand it unless you just go out and tell them exactly what you want, And so they executed. Yeah.
We definitely got it towards the end.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It got to the point where Five really didn't even have to say too much. We knew exactly where he was going.
Absolutely. So what's the without any spoilers or anything like that, what's the synopsis of this, right? How would you like describe this? I usually click on TV, they describe, they give a quick synopsis of the of whatever it is, the show or the film. So what's, without any spoilers, I guess talk about the main theme of your film.
I would say it's a. Reesa, you want to say something? You want to tell them what it's about? Cause she played like one of the main characters of the movie. Would you want to tell them what it's about?
Yeah.
If you try to pass that much, just that one in the back, and try to yeah.
So piggybacking off of what I was saying earlier, so my character is one of the main characters, and it was super easy to tap into the role because I'm a youth worker. So literally like all day, every day. But even before I was a youth worker, I've been doing that for 12 years, but I've always been like a protector. Like that's always been me, whether friends, family, anyone's kids around me, like that's who I am. So to me, that was like one of the main things that I had to tap into emotionally. As far as the synopsis for it in a whole, so it's like, I like that it's so versatile. Like there's like drama, there's grief going on, there's action. Then you see like a family dynamic. You see the Boston grit in it, from the scenes and from how we are together and just like the scenery and all that. So it's about two best friends, and then I'm one of the best friends. And then Calvin is the son, and then we have another boy. And there's also like about the mother and the father and the way, so I'm Mama Rosa. So the way it like ties in is like, I'm kind of like the glue in a way, but all these people are connected to me. But then I'm trying to protect Calvin when things go on. And so it's kind of like, but have to be the strong one and the protector. So, and I'm grieving and I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So I'm doing like a plethora of things. But it's just like everyone is connected in one way or another. So to me, that was like the dope part of it. Yeah, because like they were saying, everyone had their own role, and I think that was what I loved about it. Because being an artist and being a poet, I'm sure everyone can relate. It's like, it is like when you're an independent artist or an individual, it is just about you, right? But for us, this was about all of us. Like all of us got to shine. All of us got to show our talents. All of us had different, unique things about ourselves, and we got to depict that. And again, like he picked the best people for the roles and everything. Everyone just fit perfectly.
Okay. So what can people expect from watching this movie? What kind of, like, emotionally, or like how can they be?
I think.
What can they expect from
I think people are gonna definitely relate to the story. In a nutshell, the movie's about trauma, and how we cope with trauma, and sometimes how trauma can get passed down, and you put it on somebody else. So I think people are going to definitely be able to connect with it because we either been through something sort of like it or know somebody who's been in a similar situation. So it's just about like when something happens, how it just not affects the person it happens to, but those people that are around them too. So that's what it's mainly.
Okay, so why should people go out there and watch this movie, in your opinion?
Man, to be honest, man, it's something different.
Yeah.
Something new, something fresh on the Boston scene, and you got all of these superstars behind me that's gonna be in it that just makes it even better. I think the reason they should watch it, man, is because it's something that it's just not here for us. It's gonna be it's just not. I mean, this is not the last of all we're doing. It's gonna be way more. I think this is just the beginning of something. And I think it's just gonna keep on growing and growing. I think this be a good way to catch it while it's starting.
Absolutely. So did you have a lot of fun? I know it's work. Did you have like fun? What was like maybe some of the fun parts about doing all this?
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I like this more than my job. I was taking off days at work to come do this because I loved it so much, and I'm still trying to figure out a way I can do this full time and just maybe do my job part time and do this full time. So yeah, I loved it a lot, man. You know, just seeing how everything coming together, seeing how everybody, you know, how they're building these characters and how they're making the characters themselves. And then sometimes, you know, we improvise. You know, just seeing how the improvising went. You know, so it was dope.
Absolutely. So, and being from being from out of town, like did you have any learning experiences as far as like the city, right? What are some things you learned about Boston and Massachusetts and the culture in general out here that during this whole process? Is that something that you were able to learn from?
Well, I've been in Mass for a minute. I've been in Mass for like 15 years.
Okay.
So I learned as I went. I learned different, like the different cultures, like different places, because even finding the spots that I wanted to shoot at, I had to kind of know the area. So I was like, okay, I want this aesthetic. I know, because I would say we shot probably like 85% of the movie in Chelsea. Okay. It's because I like the structure of it. Yeah. And then we shot some in Rosendale, and then we shot some in Revere.
And how did you make these choices of where to shoot? Just the look, or a little bit of the look, or just logistics, being close? I could talk about how you chose.
So I'm around the Everett, Chelsea area. So I'm always, when I first moved to Mass, I was in Chelsea. So I always seen the big green bridge. I know that's a staple, the Tobin Bridge, like a staple in Boston. And I wanted to make sure I caught that. And I always thought when I came up, I was like, man, that's a big ass bridge. So I want to make sure I get that in there. And then just how Chelsea looks with the architecture, with all the buildings and how everything kind of looks like a mini New York, but not New York.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I liked it. I liked that it had a city life, and also like the just the city line. In most of the movie, you'll get to see a lot of the city line. I think that's dope. I know people that's not from Boston, they'll get to get a taste of Boston in another way. Because when you come from where I'm from, you be like, what's in Boston? How's Boston like? Right. People don't really know know the logistics or know how the scene looks. So I kind of wanted to give them a little feel of it.
Absolutely. You know? So what about like how can people see this, right? Like how are you releasing this to the public? YouTube, I guess. Talk a little bit about how or is that something you're still working on?
We still working the kinks out of. We got a premiere. We're gonna do it a premiere. We also gonna be showing it at a few places, theaters in Boston, and then after that, it's gonna be on the website. You can get it exclusively through the website we put up.
What about like film festivals or anything like that? Was that something you looked into, or I guess?
Yeah, we look.
How does that work? I don't know.
So we still shopping it around. We shopped it at a couple of film festivals. So we still waiting to see what happens.
Okay. So what about the equipment for all this? You said that you pretty much spent all your own money. You know, cameras, microphones. I guess how was that? How'd you work that out? And was it more expensive than you thought it was gonna be? Or talk a little bit about having like financially back it, you know, and everybody. You said everybody kind of chipped into it, which must have helped.
Yeah. Thank God for Danny. That's the cinematographer. He had a bunch. He had 95% of everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he did everything. He had the mics. He had the camera. It was like he was waiting on us. You know. So we was good on that part. You know, I just had to make sure Danny was straight at the end of the day, and you know. And the different spots like the Airbnbs and stuff like that, you know. Doing a movie, sometimes I, you know, didn't pay a couple bills, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, heat and electric, they got missed a couple times, but you know, all for the dream, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta do things like that when you really believe in something, you know.
So what about like the editing processes? Did you learn a lot from that? I take it was Danny the editor too, and like how much went into that? Because like I just do this, and to me, like it seems like a lot. I can imagine a whole movie.
Oh man, it was crazy. So I was there every day with Danny editing to make sure we got everything. And I got like a background in sound engineering, so not no scholarship. I dibble and dabble with it. But Danny was good on the computer with like the shots, and then like I said, I'm a big movie head, so I know how man, we got to cut it this way, cut it too close. So it was just like going back and forth, bouncing ideas, making sure we got the best product that we can put out. So it was tough. The shooting part, I would say, was the easiest part. The editing part got a little rough because you got all these scenes that you already recorded, and then you know maybe you have a couple scenes that wasn't so good, like the sound quality. So you know you got to try to finagle how we gonna make the sound good, how we gonna take some of the air out, you know. Music wise, what kind of music you're gonna play behind this scene, cinematic effects, you know, so things of that nature. So it got a little tiring at times, but we still made it happen.
I bet trying to blend different scenes that you might have shot on different days, and you know the weather's not the same, and trying to make it all seem cohesive, right?
A lot of stuff got scrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet. So like, I mean, for how long is the film total, like the length wise, as far as like time, right? How long is that, and like how much did you shoot compared to what it ended up being?
We shot way more than what we put out.
We should have 3 movies.
Right.
Yeah, for what we had. Yeah. So the movie and running time is about 31 minutes.
Okay.
But we shot probably like 2.5 hours worth of movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about doing like maybe releasing some of those, doing like a behind the scenes thing, or what are you thinking of doing with that extra footage? Maybe I don't know.
We got some bloopers coming out.
Some bloopers, nice.
We got bloopers coming soon. We got a lot of behind the scenes right now that I'm putting out just to keep people attention while we get everything on the back end.
Okay.
As far as the premiere, but yeah, we do got a bloopers. It's gonna be pretty funny. A lot of Tubi moments.
Okay.
You know, a lot of Tubi moments. You know, so we got that. And you know, I think I'm not gonna spoil it, but you might just be seeing us again pretty soon. You know.
Cool. So you had mentioned the soundtrack, right? I guess talk a little bit about that. What could people expect from the soundtrack? Like, is you putting it out separately as like a album kind of deal? I guess talk about that. What's on it? Who's on it?
So we still in the process of doing it. I still got to talk to these guys about that part. But as far as like the music in the movie, I think like everybody's song. Mostly everybody that's in this movie song is in the movie. Like Vinny's songs in there. I got Navi. I got a song in there for me. Who else is I missing? It's a couple other people in there, songs in there. But we basically got most of the cast music. I think it's the only song that's not an original song. It's like I forgot the dude's name. Levy. He's a Jamaican artist. I forgot his name. Okay. But it's the only person that's not in the crew. That's part of the soundtrack.
So was that something you had to get like permission for that? How did that work? Like you got reach out to?
We still working out the kinks of that part. Yeah.
Okay. But, so I mean, your overall experience, good experience, and you said you got some more stuff coming forward. So like, what is it coming forward? Is it like why do you want to keep going with this?
Oh man, so starting this script, man, I done wrote like 8 other scripts, so I got 8 other scripts ready to go. They finished, and so after the premiere we're gonna be shooting again to this. We got something coming up called The Occurrence, basically like a suspense thriller. So it's gonna be something totally different than Calvin, something that's gonna get you on the edge of your seat, you know.
Okay. So talk about the premiere. You said you had a premiere coming up. I guess talk a little bit about that. You know, whatever you could talk about that. Where, when, you know.
We still working out the when, but it's gonna be in, if I'm not mistaken, Charlestown. It should be like, we shooting for August 16th, so I don't know if this is gonna come out before then.
I'll try to put it out before then.
Sure. But it's coming out should be August 16th in Charlestown. I have the exact location, but it's gonna be on a Sunday.
Okay.
So it'll be like, I'm thinking like 7 to 9. So it's gonna be like a red carpet event, like how I'm planning like an Oscars suit and tie event. We'll have like red carpet. We'll have people interviewing people. Nice. Pictures, you know. Then we have a Q&A with the cast. Then we're also gonna have some performances from the artists.
Oh, nice.
You know, so it'll be something, and then we're gonna, of course, show the movie.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be in Florida at that time. I'm going to Florida next month. Yeah, I got my dad down there. I'm gonna go down there August 13th. I'm not coming back to the 31st, so I might, you know. Okay. It kind of sucks that I won't be able to attend that, man. Yeah. But that sounds like a good time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So a lot of times too, with movies, there's like an underlying message, right? Like someone who watches this, what's the main message you want to get across to the viewers or the audience who watches this?
Well, I always tell my daughters, family's everything. You know, we gotta look out for each other. So that's what I would say. When it gets thick and when you feel like nobody's there, you can always count on family. You know,
family, the main thing.
Definitely.
Did you want to say something? Okay.
Oh no, I was just saying definitely.
Okay, cool. And I guess if there's anything else you wanted to add to this before I let y'all go, or some last words for the audience and you know promote the movie. Where can people find you personally? Okay. You know, social media. If everybody too could go around and you know. Give y'all social media, I don't know, Instagram or whatever y'all use, and also too at some point maybe send me the links too, but you know, if you want to go around and let people know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram, Louisiana 5.
/_Lato, that's Lato, make sure y'all spell it right.
Yeah, I'm on even Ray Charles can see 835 on Instagram, if you know, you know. But also Route 9 Films on YouTube, so tap in.
Okay.
Word. I'm Vinny Mucho on everything. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Instagram, everything.
Okay, so I spell that out.
Vinny Mucho is VINNYMUCHO.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I'm Roxbury Jones on Instagram, Roxbury Jones 835. That's the only platform I really use. That's it.
All right.
And I'm Reesa, right? REESAWRITE on all platforms, but pretty much Instagram is where you can find everything.
All right, there you go. And if anybody else wanted to add something too before, I'll let y'all go, absolutely go.
Listen,
do
man.
thing.
Tune in, tap in. When it comes out, request it on your radio station, your Tubi, your Amazon Prime, your Netflix. Because look, this is a movement we started, right? And we coming with something with substance, something that matters, something that needs to be seen. You got some characters, right? You got some characters that are gonna be around. You done heard about the Bishops and the old dogs and the Canes and those type of characters. There's some of those in here, right? And there's some characters you're gonna relate to, right? It's a heart-wrenching story, and as my brother Five said, if you haven't personally been through this, you know somebody who has, and it's the human condition. It's family. Reesa Wright plays a wonderful mother, right? Somebody where there was some scenes that we had to cut just due to like weather, and it didn't match up with consistency or whatever, stuff like that, right? But there was a scene in the snow that we had shot, and we didn't end up using it. Got cut on the cutting floor, but like she was out there crying, and she almost brought us to tears, right? And it was something that everybody felt, right? So, the movie may not be super long, but it's super impactful, and no words were wasted, no movements were wasted, nothing was wasted. You're gonna feel every minute of it.
So how big do you think this is going to be for the city, man, getting everybody together like that? Talk about that, the impact that you would want this to have on the city, what you think it's going to have on the city and the state in general, Massachusetts, Boston.
I would want everybody to be talking about it, man. I want like all the major platforms to be like, hey, man, y'all seen that movie Calvin that came out? Did y'all see it? I want all the bloggers to be talking about it. That's what I would love to happen, and I think people are going to connect with it for sure.
Okay.
If they haven't been watching, they definitely going to be watching now.
So what about moving forward as far as like auditions and stuff like that with future projects? Is that something that you're going to put out there, and how can people get how can people get involved? Say they like always had a passion for acting or maybe behind the camera, man. How can people get involved in?
And just DM me, man. Louisiana 5, I answer every DM. I'm like probably the only person. I answer everybody, man. Just being a Southerner, I gotta say something to you, even if it's like no or yeah, I see it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say something to you. But definitely Instagram, and we're gonna be doing an audition next week for the Occurrence. So if they wanna tap into that, I'm always posting. I'm like a poster. I be posting all the time. So yeah, just tap in IG.
All right, so everybody, make sure you guys go check out Calvin, man. Make sure you follow everybody, man. We got a great cast, great group of people over here, guys. So, guys, it is what it is. Remember, what's next? That's what you make it. On that note, we're out of here. Peace out, y'all.
All right.
Your mother's dying wish was for me to take care of you boys, and I promised her that, and that's what I plan to do.
Where's Africa?
Hold on, mama. Let me get the door. Yo, who is it?
It's me.
It's me.
Hey, yo.
Bounce back, ain't got a moment when they see you down this